With ARIA, I'm Brandon with Palladin
Yeah.
Technologies. Pleasure to meet you today.
Brandon. Yeah.
We were talking earlier, you're the Chief Innovation Officer, original founder and author of the ARIA Systems billing platform.
Yep.
I founded Palladin Technologies, the Salesforce systems integrator with whom we work together on eNet and as well now an ARIA partner ourselves. It's been amazing to see what cloud forward solutions have been able to do to help meet customers' demands. From a billing perspective, billing inquiries are an extremely high source of cost, right? They can increase the cost to serve.
Yeah.
And usually at close to the same time, if an error happens around a batch of subscribers, customer care tends to get flooded with the same question over and over again, or the possibility exists. How have you found ARIA to differentiate itself to make billing less exciting with fewer inquiries and fewer questions? And we say less exciting with all, of course, proper, proper tongue in cheek.
Sure. Well, I mean, obviously an accurate bill is much less likely to be a call driver than an inaccurate one. But at the end of the day, you can't prevent all problems. Billing system is, garbage in, garbage out still applies. If we get usage data that is erroneous and we bill for it thinking it's correct, it's going to drive a call. It's not that we pretend that we can eliminate billing inquiries. That's not really possible. But what we can do is we can make it as seamless and rapid and as close to self-serving if possible. And so, everybody's talking about AI, but our AI strategy begins with two things. There's really two pillars to it. One is recognizing that of all the different data sets that are scattered across the enterprise and can contribute to Gen AI solving a problem, we believe billing data is arguably the single most important one. And because of pillar number two, which is the biggest driver into any call center, is some variant of why is my bill so high? And so what we've done is we built an AI-specific data service that is specifically for feeding an LLM and directly feeding a chatbot via a RAG model, so that those calls can be answered seamlessly and so that next best actions are prompted right away. If you add this international add-on package, all of a sudden, those extra charges you incurred last month wouldn't be there. So, so that's our journey.
And we've been very fortunate to work now with ARIA systems, originally with Salesforce, then with MuleSoft. And with Salesforce and MuleSoft and the architecture, the frameworks that come with Salesforce, we're able to surface enough of the billing information on a component level that, say, a tier one, level one billing specialist should be able to answer or to, within 2 clicks, start to get to the answer of, right? And then surfacing the next best action, the next best option for that specialist to take before they escalate to a supervisor or manager is very important. I think that from our experience, we see with Salesforce's commitment to the combination of data and AI, right, that is going to increase in prominence. And then you talk about inaccurate bill. An accurate bill or an inaccurate bill is an aggregation of data from many sources and the calculations and the logic that goes into that. So that can be extremely complex. How have ARIA handled that, and how do you intend to solve for that without giving away any of the secret sauce, if you will?
Well, that's a lot of dense stuff you packed into that one, Brandon. I mean, you're right. There are a lot of inputs into a billing system. We have to inherit a product catalog. We have to inherit pricing structures. We have to inherit specific proprietary contractual boundaries that one, especially in like a B2B context, one customer has that are specific to them. And of course, we have to inherit usage data off the network and on and on and on. We believe all the data that comes inside of ARIA or that is created by ARIA and lives inside of ARIA is not our data. It is our customers' data to then use and surface up to their customers. Therefore, it is as transparent and clean with as much auditability as we can possibly put into it. So when you see a usage record on a bill inside ARIA, without having to jump around, we really endeavor to make sure it has as much of a breadcrumb trail attached to it as you can possibly need. Otherwise, An agent has to, swivel the chair and start looking into the network. If we can actually inherit all that data and attach it to the usage record directly, as one example, then those extra clicks and those extra logins to other systems hopefully become unnecessary.
Yeah. Understand that we work with other communications providers who sales will make up a product based upon the meeting that they're in at the moment in which they're in the meeting. This might be a little too fast for product development, especially for engineering and delivery, let alone billing.
Well, 95% of quote unquote, let's bring this up. I love to say this. 95% of new product development is not product development in any real way at all. It is some version of remessaging, repackaging, rebundling, repricing, combinations of the things I already have. And again, especially in a B2B context, the sales representative is going to cobble together the deal that they know they can get signed. And unfortunately, in legacy systems, be it CPQ or CRM or EPC or billing systems, that means the next step is somebody has to create a new SKU. And that SKU is there to serve one customer and one customer only. And that's a nightmare because you do that a million times, you have a million SKUs, right? So we've designed our product catalog. That's the place where this problem manifests itself. We've designed our product catalog in a fundamentally different way so that you don't have that SKU explosion. However, in a telecom context, we're also subordinate to an upstream product catalog. You may not be defining your commercial product catalog directly inside your biller. You may be doing it in Salesforce, for example, and they have a robust product catalog. As long as we feel that we're happy to be subordinate to somebody else's product catalog, as long as we feel it can offer that same level of promise and flexibility and prevention of SKU proliferation that we can.
Right. I like to think of it as you win a race, not just with the gas pedal. You need a steering wheel as well as just enough brakes.
Yeah, that's right. Don't forget the brakes.
One thing that we've been very impressed with Salesforce and their communications around product is the flexibility of the enterprise product catalog in an attribute-driven approach, right? But the ability to get to market, to define new products quickly, but to still have that core product family as a backbone, if you will.
Yes.
Similarly with the quoting and the contracting mechanisms in play too, so that when ARIA consumes sales information, you're consuming also rating, usage, charging information.
That's right.
Taxation is heavy in the United States, I know, for instance. And you're able to do this with an adaptive platform.
Yes, we are. In fact, of the many integration points that we have built now we're actually a strategic partner of Salesforce. There are many points of integration, and the very first one we ever developed was to inherit that product catalog from them. Yeah, so it prevented a lot of pain that people were otherwise having to go through to build, the service product catalog here, commercial product catalog somewhere else.
And Brendan, I'll say, as a Salesforce partner, often we feel that between the partner, the customer, and Salesforce, occasionally we can be in the middle of a vice, if you will, a vice grip. I'm sure billing systems must feel the same way with all the downstream dependencies that you have to feed, that you have to also then take back.
Yep.
We're asked often, which billing system do you recommend? So very quickly, maybe a simple question, but deceptively simple. Why ARIA systems?
Well, we're here at a telecom conference, and right now everybody's saying AI, AI, AI. And it wasn't that long ago when everybody was saying digital transformation, digital transformation. Digital transformation is still around. And what it really means to a telecom operator, more than anything else, I am circuitously finding my way back to answer your question, but is as an operator, I need to protect myself from becoming merely a provider of pipe, right? If my whole world remains voice data text forever and ever, that I'm going to become commoditized. And that was the driver behind digital transformation. Well, the reality is most operators remain largely, if not solely, voice data text. And that imperative of being able to sell a wider array of things, not only my own products, but other people's products resold through my platform, landing on that same bill. Can I sell insurance to my telecom customers? Can I sell software licenses? Can I sell identity theft protection and, streaming services? The answer should be yes, 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 yes.
Am I able to finance this over a period of time?
There you go. Perfect example.
The perfect product.
But when you look at the purpose-built legacy billing systems, they do not want to flex that way. So digital transformation imperative, which boils down to selling a broader array of stuff to people in order to keep myself from becoming commoditized as an operator, continues to be the imperative. AI or not, that problem is still out there, still needs to be solved, and remains probably the single largest driver of our business.
So, and I realize that we're at a TM Forum event this week. And of course, one of the first things we learned properly as TM Forum members is the push to become, the move from a dumb pipe or an infrastructure player to a services player. But you're talking about moving from an operator to an innovator.
Yeah, or a telco to a techco, right? Is another way to people. And look, we're here with VShock, who represents ENET, our common customer, one of our common customers, and that's part of the reason that I love the ENET story, right? Is because this is exactly what he pointed himself out at from the beginning, right? He knew that yes, I VShock have to solve for voice data text today, but I need to be able to lay the foundation so that I'm future-proofed and I can start selling, utilities or whatever. It doesn't matter. So he's got some interesting plans, I think.
Yeah, the words that came to mind for me were future compatible. I love future-proof even better, and I like the future that our organizations and our market in the industry see ahead of themselves. A lot of forces at play that can be very stressful, but a lot of opportunities to make not just the jump or the step to the next level, but to the leap over the competition.